Hey everyone, I'm back again with another r/Surviving Infidelity, and this one is titled, I came back home from deployment and found my wife in bed with another man. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Let's get right into it. You know, being in love is probably one of the most beautiful things in life, but it's also one of the most dangerous things. Life is all about risk. I know that. I joined the Marines as a private. Now I'm a corporal. Busted my A, but I'm here. I want to stay a Marine for the rest of my life, or at least I wanted to. But I'm in a tough spot. I married my wife 3 years ago. When I married her, I was so in love. Everything she did made me smile. How she looked at me, how she smiles, laughs, plays with her hair, I loved it all. Now, I don't know if I love this woman at all. I was deployed for 8 months. Now, while I was at base, my brothers at base would always tell me women only marry soldiers for benefits. You know, benefit pays, healthcare, education, vacation, all that. They say wives get lonely when we get deployed and bring home a friend while I'm here. I didn't listen to any of this, right? Not all women are like that, right? Well, I don't know anymore. It's not my place to say every woman is like this now. When I flew home, I had to take a 12-hour flight. I wanted to see my family so bad. A wife and a beautiful princess. Being away from my baby is like getting punched in the stomach a billion times until I see her again. Although I chatted with her all the time. I go inside thinking they were there. I saw no one home. I sat down waiting for them. Called my wife and she didn't pick up. No text, nothing. I went to the kitchen and I started hearing some thumps. It's coming from the basement. When I opened the door, I heard a guy moaning. I head down quietly. It benefited me that we have very soft, furry-like carpet. And wow, I caught my wife blowing someone I graduated high school with. We weren't best friends or anything, but we did know each other. I couldn't believe this. Now, I don't play this crap. I jumped on the bed and beat this man. And not brutally like other guys do, but enough to give him a black eye and a busted lip. He knew she's my wife. He knew I was away. Wife was screaming not to hit him, that she's sorry. Since that moment, my home was being at base. This home is nothing but ruined memories. My brothers were right about marriage, about my wife. Never again will I trust my wife, or if I divorce, I want to stay a Marine, which means it'll be a waste of time to marry again. Yes, we are still married. This was not too long ago. I regret staying with her every day. I look at her now. When she smiles at me, I just look away. When she hugs me, I just look at something else, putting one arm around her. When she tries to kiss me, I turn my head. Our favorite thing was to try out something we've never ate before. We would go to other states just to eat at the highest rated restaurants. We haven't done that since before the day I left to Asia. I'm just not in love anymore. When I talk about divorce, she jumps on me saying she's so sorry, showing fake tears, that she will never do that again, that she loves me. She confessed to sleeping with him 3 times. I'm all over the place, I know. So while I was away, the entire time, she only slept with him 3 times? Yeah, okay. I'll be honest, I probably should be nominated for being the most distancing husband. She cries to me saying she misses me, that what she did was a mistake, that she'll do anything for us to be the same as before. We don't argue, but we are more than distant than enemies. She constantly suggests for us to go see a counselor. All they're going to do is tell us to make up. Anything that involves touching her or making eye contact more than 1 second, I'm not doing it. That's why I'm not going. I wasn't worried about my daughter. She looks so much like me. She has my ears, eye color, and my blonde hair. I don't need no DNA test. And even if she wasn't mine, she's my life. I would never leave her. She's the reason I don't divorce and finish off my marriage. One of my brothers at base didn't rub it in my face. I remember them saying, when you go home and find your wife on your bed with someone else, we're going to say we told you so. But he didn't say that. He said that I'm ruining my life with the right person. He said if I don't divorce, I will be miserable when I could find someone great. Yeah, sure. I just want to go back home, but due to this pain, it won't happen. I wish everyone a blessing and stay inside safely. And the first advice says, I am sorry for the loss of your marriage. Just remember, you are not at fault. The fault is 100% on your wife. I would not be able to stay married to a wife who cheated on me. You will not be able to forget the cheating, and it will haunt you for as long as you are married. Divorce your wife. There are women out there who do not cheat. Plenty of them. Don't stay with your wife a day longer than you have to. Talk to a lawyer to see what rights you have and what divorce will be like. You're still in the military. Is the Jody in the military? If he is, get the JAG office on his A. Good luck. Remember, once a cheater, always a cheater. And the second advice says, firstly, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Secondly, please think carefully if staying is the right thing. Living in a home where there's animosity could affect your daughter later on in life. This is my story, and it's affected my ability in forming a romantic relationship throughout my whole life. Whenever my father tried to show affection towards my mother, she reacted by pushing him away in a very deliberate manner. It wasn't a gentle rejection, but it was obvious and unkind in its execution. This made me fearful about approaching women. It was ingrained in me from childhood that approaching and touching women was bad and should never be done. This paralyzed my ability to flirt and create tension via light touching. Such was my mother's rejection that I somehow became embarrassed and terrified of bringing anyone home. It's hard to describe or explain, but the level of embarrassment felt like a deep sense of shame. I never understood why I felt shame until I had my own D-Day moment in August last year. I've done a lot of reflection, and I've worked out why my mother rejected my father. He must have cheated on her. I approached my mother about this, and she was shocked and said, "How did you know?" My father had cheated when I was 4 years old, and so perhaps the shame I felt was his shame. If my parents had a loving relationship, I may have found an amazing woman and had a family of my own. And the third advice says, you don't need her permission to divorce. If you really wanted to end the marriage, you just visit the lawyer without announcing it and have them draw up the paperwork. She can contest it, sure, but that will only buy her time. Right now, it sounds like this marriage is just hanging on life support. I'm sorry that happened. Believe it or not all women marry into military just to use a guy for benefits. Lonely is not the same as disloyal. I've known many military wives who completely respect and love their husbands. But your friends are right. Your uniform will unfortunately attract some real losers. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment below and let me know if there's any other subreddits you guys would like me to make videos on, and also like the video and please subscribe.